Hello Peaches! So, new background again. So I did figure out how to use my black backdrop like I usually do. And that was fine and all, but then I got inspired. I don't know why, but I was just sitting in the couch one day and looking over here and I was like, wait a second. So I hope it's alright. So far it looks alright in the viewfinder with the lighting and everything and the placement. But anyway, this video is going to be the Q&A that I told you guys about. This is not going to be the witchy Q&A in case you want to see that. That will be up later and that will not just be a Q&A. That will be like my witchy story with witchcraft and also Q&A and stuff like that. So if you left me questions about witchcraft, it will not be in this video, but this will be the one that I made a short video about. So let's just get into the questions. So the first questions are from Precious Hardy, and they ask, how old are you? I am 23 years old. I almost forgot for a second. I'm 23 years old. My birthday is 22nd of July, 1995. So yeah, I'm 23. And then they also ask, what is your zodiac sign? Cancer, I think, the crab thingy. It's like some places it says that I'm a lion or a Leo or whatever it's called. I don't know. I don't care. I don't believe in them. I also saw a question asking like, why don't you believe in zodiac signs? I just have not seen enough evidence. And I am growing in that way. Like I got into witchcraft and everything because I do believe in those energies and everything. But zodiac signs, it's not just that I haven't seen evidence for it, it's just because I've seen so much evidence that it's not true. Like I saw the Try Guys video about the zodiac signs and none of them were true. Like my mom is a Virgo, my sister is a Taurus, my best friend is a Leo, I'm a Cancer, my brother is a Capricorn I think it's called, and my husband is, I think he's a Gemini, but I'm not sure exactly what it's called in English. But you know, I know a lot of people very close to me in my life who are a lot of different signs. None of them fitted, not even a little bit. Like with my mom's, it was like a little bit is true, but it's like 90% of it is not true. And everyone else was just complete opposite. Like my best friend, she's a Leo, and Leos are like lions, you know, strong and like loud and attention seekers. And my best friend is like a quiet little mouse, and she's such a sweetheart, and she's not like shy or anything. She just doesn't like the attention and stuff like that. So that's what I mean as an example. Like I've seen billions of evidence that it is not true and that it just doesn't fit anyone I know. And then I heard someone say like, oh, if it doesn't fit you, it's because you were born in the moon or in the sun or in the whatever. And it's like, but then you're changing the whole story. You cannot just say like, I give you proof that you're wrong, and then you're like, oh no, wait, that's because something with the moon, you know? You cannot, I don't know. I just don't think it makes sense. If you believe it, that's fine. I don't believe in it, and that's also why I don't really know. I think, pretty sure I am a Cancer because it says so most places, but I don't care. I don't know what to do with that information, honestly. And then the last question they ask, why did you take your septum out? The reason for that is because I've been wanting to do that for a long time. I've been having my septum for many, many years. I think I got it when I was like 17. So it's been quite a few years with it, and it was like, it was my first piercing that I wanted, but it wasn't the first one I got and stuff like that. And it's also the one I have for the longest time because I had many piercings, but I changed them out all the time, you know. But the septum stayed for a very long time. So the reason I took it out is because lately, the last like year or year and a half, I've been kind of thinking about taking it out. But I didn't do it because it held a lot of sentimental value, because it was like the first piercing I wanted. I was just loving it. It was the one I had for the longest time. And I was kind of like back and forth, and then I discovered that I wanted this one that I have now, a Medusa. And I was like, well, maybe this is the perfect opportunity to switch them out, you know, to take off my septum and then get a new one. But I was also like, it's a big step for me. I know it sounds silly, but for some reason it felt like a big step for me. But one day I got a huge cyst right in here, in the inside of my nose, in the corner right here, where the septum was. And it was so painful. And the septum just irritated it more, it made it worse, it made it more painful. And I was like, all right, this is a sign from my Lord and Savior Satan himself that I should take my piercing out. So I took it out also just to let the sit breathe and everything. And I was like, alright, now that it's out, I'm not going to put it back in. It's out, it's gone. And I was pretty happy with that decision. And then I got the Medusa like a month later or something. So yeah, that's why I took it out. It was just its time, you know. I was done with it now, even though I really loved it. Then Black and White asks, why did you start YouTube? I cannot remember. I think I talked about this in like very old Q&As that I may have deleted now because they were so bad. But I honestly don't remember. Maybe I just did it for fun, I don't know. And they also ask, do you have any pets? You must be new to my channel. Welcome! Because I have 4 pets and they are very often in my videos. Well, not very often. My cat sometimes peeks her little face in my videos. And I also showed my snake and my guinea pig. So yeah, I have a cat. Her name is Satana, named after some Marvel hero. It was my husband's idea. So yeah, she's so cute and she is almost 1 year old. Her birthday is on the 15th of June. So yeah, she's a little small thing and she's half Maine Coon and half Norwegian forest cat, so she's very fluffy. And that's only because I'm allergic to regular cats. The only ones I'm not allergic to are Norwegian forest cats and Maine Coons. So that's why I have one of those. I know every time I talk about that, people are like, oh, adopt, don't shop. And I totally agree with that, but I can't. I would love to get those cats that's like in shelters and going to get killed and everything. I'm so sad that I cannot get those, but I'm just allergic, so I can, but then I would die, so no thanks. And then we have 2 guinea pigs, one called Hugo and the other one called Batman. We got them not long after we moved in together, so a little, like almost a year ago as well, we got the boys. And Batman is from, I think it's December 12, 2017. And Hugo is from, I think it's May 12, 2018. So they're also roughly a year old. And they're so cute. I love having guinea pigs. And you know, those 3, the cats and the guinea pigs, are both me and my husband's. But then I have a snake that is just mine. Because I got him way before I met my husband. I got him when I still lived at home at my mom's house when I was 18. So yeah, he's so cute. He has a Danish name. And he's called Knud, which is like kind of silly because it's something that like old men here in Denmark are called. It's not something you will call a snake, but I don't know, I just thought it would be funny. I have 3 videos about my pets, like one on the guinea pigs, one on the cat, and one on the snake, and I'll leave those in the description down below in case you want to know more about them. This is the kitty. She's so cute and she plays with everything. Don't play with that. Yeah, look. She's still a little baby sometimes. Oh, she's so adorable and so fluffy. Look the way she's sitting. I love her. So the next questions are from my husband. He asked, what is the weirdest thing you have done that does not include sex? Because, you know, he knows all the weird sex stuff I've done. But the weirdest things besides that, I guess, alright, I have 2 things I can think of that is kind of weird. The first thing is a little bit smaller, but when I was 17, I think, I bought a cello. Now, I'd never been able to play instruments. I learned myself to play the guitar a teeny tiny bit when I was 16, but other than that, I've never been good at instruments. I never got any training in it or anything because my family didn't have money. But I decided like, hey, I want to play the cello, so I might as well buy one. And it turns out it's just not that easy to learn to play yourself. So I never really did it. I never really got around to learning it because it is so freaking difficult. So yeah, that was kind of weird. And the other thing, super weird thing, when I was in 9th grade, I was, you know, kind of emo, punk, goth kind of thing, and I was the weirdo in my class. And I did have friends, like we were like one group of friends where we were like 5 or 6 girls, I think. I don't want to do the math right now, but we were a little group of weirdos. That was a hard word to say. But yeah, I was definitely freaky. And for some reason, like, I was very into like Korn and Evanescence and Marilyn Manson and stuff at that time. Still am. And I really wanted to write lyrics, and I wanted to be a singer and all that kind of stuff. And I did write my own lyrics at home sometimes. They were not that great, but they were alright. But in school, I was like, I want to be cool. I want people to think I'm cool. And I know that no one else knows Korn or Marilyn Manson or anything. So to try and be cool and be like, oh, I'm such a songwriter, I'm such an emo songwriter. In my notebook, I wrote down the lyrics to a lot of like Korn songs, Marilyn Manson songs. I remember I wrote down the lyrics to Thoughtless by Korn, amazing song. And I wrote it in my notebook pretending that I wrote the song, and my friend, one of my friends who I don't talk to anymore, thank God, that would be awkward. But she looked over and she was like, oh wow, is that your song? Are you writing that? Is that your song? And I was like, yeah, that's my song. It's just my feelings that I have, you know, sometimes. So I decided to write it into a song. And it was complete bullshit because, oh my God, I was terrible as a teenager. I was like the shittiest person ever, and I'm so sorry to anyone who knew me back then. Sorry. And it was just so weird, like, why? What did I gain from it? I gained that people thought I was cool, I guess, but I don't think anyone thought I was cool, so I don't know. And then my husband also asked, what is your least favorite animal that you can have as a pet, except spiders or dogs, as I know you dislike them. My husband is so great. He knows what I like and what I don't like. So I really love all animals besides spiders and dogs. And spiders, it's not just like, ew, it's a bug, it's gross. It's like I have serious arachnophobia because of some things that are not fun. And with dogs, I think I talked about this a little bit sometimes. I just don't like them. I'm not scared of them. They're annoying, and they smell, and they're really loud. And I cannot, like, loud noises, it's like so uncomfortable for me. And they're stupid, and they cannot do anything themselves, you know. A cat, you can just like, as long as there's food in the bowl, she will take care of herself, you know. Anyway, that's not what this is about. Besides those animals, I really love all animals, like so much. I think, oh, they're so cute, all of them. Alright, I do have one, I guess, but it's not because I hate it, it's just because it's my least favorite of the animals that are left to choose from, you know, besides a dog and a spider. And that is, I don't know what they're called in English, but this bird, this right here, they're so cute. I really like birds. They're so beautiful and cute, especially ducks, because the way they walk is just like, they're so cute. And these birds are also really adorable and really pretty. But the reason why I don't really like them anymore is because when I first got to know my husband, he lived at this apartment, like not like super small, but you know, it was like not super big either, you know. And they had 3 of these birds. 3 of them. And when I first got in the apartment, I was like, oh, hello, cute birdies, you're so cute. Oh my God, I cannot believe you have such cute birdies. They're so cute. I love animals, blah, blah, blah. I was like excited that he had pets, and that, because I love animals. I love being in a home where there's animals. I don't know why, it's just the noises they make. You can just hear them walk around and look at them sometimes. But these ones, they made a little too much noise. I quickly realized that. After I'd just been there for an hour, I was like, alright, I have had enough of these birds already, you know? It was like as soon as the sun rose, they would be so loud. And it's not just the chirping, you know, normal bird noises. That was kind of cute, you know? But they also made this scratchy kind of raspy noise. And it was so annoying. So yeah, it's not because they're not cute or anything, it's just the noises that make are so annoying that I guess they end up in the bottom of the list. I'm so sorry. Then Mistress Yoko asked, what activity makes you happiest? I think it's just like boring, but you know, cuddling with my husband, eating food also makes me really happy. So cuddling while eating food with my husband, yes, that is nice. I really love that. Sometimes we have days where we're just like in bed all day watching movies and eating snacks and cuddling, and it's just, that makes me the happiest. It's just so comfortable, and he's the best cuddle buddy ever. And they also ask favorite way of de-stressing. If it's not cuddling with my husband, because that's also very de-stressing, taking a bath, because I got a bathtub. Hello, hell yeah, fuck yeah, I got a bathtub. I'll put in a picture here, and it looks very sad and very small, but it is actually really comfortable, surprisingly comfortable. But I also, whenever I get most comfortable and most like, I need to get comfortable, I often like not go into full fetus position, but you know, I like to curl up in myself, you know? So that is perfect for me, that bathtub, because it kind of curls up and it's so comfy, and there's actually a lot more room than it looks like, alright? But yeah, so yeah, I got a bathtub. I'm so excited, even though it's so small, but it's the only thing that we can have in our apartment, so it's perfect. So that is definitely my favorite way of de-stressing lately. I've been living in that bathtub, so that's what I do. Then Son of the Shadows ask, do I see some new tattoos? And what are some thoughts on your future tattoos? Yes, you do see some new tattoos. I have this bad boy right here, and also I have one on my foot, and I have an eye on my calf. There's not much to say. They're stick and poke. I make them myself because I haven't had money to go to the tattoo salon yet lately, because of the wedding and everything. But you know, if you follow my Instagram, go follow me on Instagram, because that way you will see them as soon as I'm done with them. I will post everything there, because I won't show every single tattoo on YouTube just because it's a lot. Maybe one day in the future I'll do a part 4, I think it is, of all my tattoos, because I made that before, but that will be a while. So if you like want to see them as soon as they're done, go follow me on my Instagram. And future tattoos, it's the same as it's always been. I want my entire right leg covered in Alice in Wonderland tattoos, and that's pretty much it for the big ideas. I still want more, you know, different places, but I don't have any ideas for what it should be. And then they also ask, hair situation update. So the reason why I've been wearing hats a lot is because of this situation. It is at that length right now where it is the dumbest shit in the world. It's gotten pretty long actually, it's alright. But you know, it's just, it doesn't sit that great. It's always ugly, it's always, I cannot get it to do anything basically. But you know, that is what it looks like now. I just want to let it grow out with my natural color and everything, and then we see what happens. So right now, there's a lot of hats every day because I just cannot deal with it. And even if I tried, like, there are a few small things I can do, but it takes a long time to place each hair and everything. It's a mess. So wearing a hat is just easiest. I don't regret shaving it off, like, don't get me wrong. I was really happy with it. I'm really happy I did it as well, because now I can get new hair. But you know, it just gets at some length where it's just like so annoying. That's how it is, you know. Then Monica something, I cannot see the rest of the name for some reason. Anyway, they ask, do you like perfume and what is your favorite? Yeah, I do. I wear perfume every day, but I wear a lot of different ones, a lot of cheap ones, because I'm a cheap bitch. I have this one. I bought that recently. I've been wanting that for so long, but you know, it smells really amazing. But it's mostly because of the bottle that I wanted it. So I don't have a favorite. I guess that will maybe be my favorite. But you know, I don't have names on them. I don't know what my perfumes are called, because I only buy cheap things. And then this one was pretty expensive, but that was Christmas presents and stuff like that. So I don't have any favorite. I just buy whatever I think smells good. I don't ever check the names on them, so I'm sorry. And like, I wear different ones every single day, so it's not, yeah. It's just what I'm feeling like, you know. And then the last 2 questions are from Diane Chan, and they ask, any upcoming piercings or tattoos? No piercings. I think I'm done with piercings. Well, I also said that before I got this one, but you know. But I'm pretty sure I'm done with piercings. Tattoos, as I said, yeah, the Alice in Wonderland leg when I have money and everything. And then they also ask, planning any matching tattoos with your hubby? Oh, I would love that. The problem is, my husband is, well, he's not scared. He reacts very violently to seeing blood and needles. It's not because he's a pussy ass bitch. I'm just gonna put it out there. It's not because he just needs to man up or anything. It is a legit, like, medical thing with him. His dad also has it, so my husband got it from his dad. Basically, whenever he sees blood, even if it's the tiniest drop of blood, he might faint. And if he doesn't faint, he will have to lie down for quite a while, you know. He gets so dizzy and so nauseous, and he has to like, yeah, lie down, and sometimes he does faint. And with needles, like he can look at me when I do my tattoos and everything, but as soon as the needle is pointing towards him, he will get the same reaction as he does with blood. Whether it be like a needle, like a doctor's needle or a tattoo needle or anything, it doesn't matter. As soon as he knows that it's going on him, he will just faint or get dizzy and stuff like that. So it will be kind of difficult because getting tattoos, obviously you need a needle, and obviously it does also bleed most of the time. So he says he wants to try it. Like, I have my stick and poke at home and I have some numbing cream. So our plan is that one day when he's ready himself, we're going to use the numbing cream, and then I'm going to try and make a tattoo, but without the ink, you know, just try and poke him with the needle so you can see how it feels. And then if that's alright, we can use ink and do that, and then build our way up, you know, to use without numbing cream. And then hopefully one day he will be able to do it at a real tattoo artist. Because he doesn't want as many tattoos as I do. He's not that type of person. He's very nerdy, like a cute little nerd. But he does have a few ideas for tattoos. Just like smaller ones, one bigger one, but it's like, yeah, it's not the same as me, you know. And I think that we could agree on getting a matching tattoo, but I don't want to plan it yet. I don't want to ask him about that yet because it may never happen. You know, he may never be able to get tattoos because of that. And that really sucks. Like, holy shit. I cannot even imagine how much it must suck to feel that way when you actually want tattoos and to have that medical disorder kind of thing. We don't know what it is. It just happens, you know. So I don't want to plan anything yet. I really want to. And whenever I see couples tattoos, I'm like, ideas, you know. But I don't want to think too much about it because I don't want to get disappointed if he comes to me one day and say, I cannot do this. I can never get a tattoo. I'm sorry, you know. That is fine. I totally understand him. It must really suck to have to go through that and to get dizzy every time, you know. It's just not fun. So hopefully one day, you never know, maybe it will never happen. Maybe it will happen in 50 years. So we'll see. I will definitely give you an update on if it happens or not. So that was all the questions. I did get a lot of body positive questions, but I want to save them for another video because this video is getting long, and those questions I would like to really get in depth of those. So I haven't forgotten you or your questions, don't worry, but I will make a separate video for them. So that's pretty cool, right? Press the like button if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well, and thank you for watching.